My name is Ian Love. I'm a resident of Nedlands, and today I will just be chairing this meeting actually, and we've got 6 wonderful speakers. I'll introduce them to you as they come up here, and what we're going to do is just have a conversation, as an interview. And I only met you like half an hour ago on email.
Yes,
You sent me an email and you just joined our group and said, could you speak tonight? I said, why not? So would you mind just by starting by telling us who you are and where you're from?
Okay, my name is Leanne Chaproniere. I'm from Jandakot, and I'm the president of the Jandakot Residents and Ratepayers Association. And I've been president of that association since March of this year. Actually, the day before we went into lockdown. Our house is on the 18th hole of the Glen Iris Golf Course Estate. The Glen Iris Golf Course Estate has been in existence for just over 65 years. It was started by a fellow called Bill Wilson. Bill was an American and decided to come to Australia for the good life. He found the land in Jandakot and he made it into an 18-hole golf course, which it has been for all of that time. Keep going?
No, that's great. That's great. So what's happened and when did it happen, and when did you get wind of something happening to the golf course? As I understand, something's going to happen to the golf course, is that right?
So what happened was, over the last couple of years, since Bill and his wife passed away, the children have taken over the golf course. None of them get along together, and they thought, well, why would we keep a golf course going when it's been like this for 65 years? It's private land, so let's sell it to a developer. Even though the land is zoned Special Use 1, Golf Course and Convention Centre. So along came a developer with a project manager. The developer called East Court Developments, and the project managers are called Acumen Solutions. And they sold East Court a story that the golf course was falling apart, the community hated it, and they wanted a big change. None of that is true. The golf course clubhouse was doing great turnover of over $2 million a year. There was over 100,000 people using the course every year. And I think, as a lot of you know, I'm sure there's some golfers here. If you're trying to get a tee-off time at the moment at any golf course in fairly much Australia, you need to go on a list to get there because golf is just going crazy. They also said that golf was dying in WA. It's actually increased by 7.4% each year for the last 4 years, and we are the strongest growing golf sport in Australia. And what I also need to say is that it's not just golf, it's the amenity of the course. It's also the walking. We have quendas on the course that have been there for over 65 years because they've been corralled on this beautiful natural bushland that is the course. We've got Carnaby cockatoos, we've got normal cockatoos, we've got special orchids, we've got all of that as well. And it's the amenity as well as the golf course. So they've now decided that they've closed the golf course. That closed in March, and the next day I decided that I wasn't going to stand for it. So I went around the course with a microphone in the back of my husband's ute, sprouting off to everyone in the neighbourhood, because of course there's only one road in and one road out of Glen Iris, and everyone lives around that one road. So 4 days later we had over 300 people, very much like this, on a bit of grass on a local park, and was telling them what was going to happen. And from that day, we started the association. We got committee members, and we just want to stop this. And our main question is, and this is about the development, who spends $28 million to buy 52 hectares of land which is not zoned residential? It's not zoned residential. It is zoned special use 1 golf course. Anyone here that's got a spare $28 million that would like to buy a piece of land that they actually can't do anything? Oh, well, you would like to, sir? Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Thank you. You've already given me the nod on that one. That's my first job tomorrow.
Thanks for that. That's so. I've got just one more question, which is a question you just asked. You may not know the answer to. What is the process for changing the zoning? And do you feel as though maybe the zoning's already happened, it's a fait accompli, it's just done deal, but you just don't know about it? And what can you do about that? So that's my last question. Thanks.
Well, I think that's why we're all here, is that the Labor government has changed the rules. The developer says that to change the structure plan, to change the zoning, that the council has to sign off on it. Yeah, they do. But if they say no, it just goes straight to the minister. And the minister can go, I totally agree with that. It ticks all of the boxes. It's a TOB. Let's just do it. It's great. And forget it, people. You've lived here for all of these years. You have this amenity, and we're just going to build 960 houses on it. And as the developer said to us, be nice, or it might be 1,400 houses. Yeah, well, that's nice, isn't it?
Thanks, Leanne, for sharing the story. It's unfortunately a very common story, but thanks
you.
Thank you.
Thank you all, and wish us all good luck.